Hello everyone, my name is Emilio. Welcome to my channel. And today's video is just another simple Blu-ray haul. I've been making a good number of these, and today is another Blu-ray haul. It is mostly a Walmart slash half-price books edition. So lately, I've been going to a bunch of different Walmarts because the new 4K release of Speed Racer just came out, and at Walmart there is the exclusive Speed Racer Steelbook. I've been going to different Walmarts looking for it. I can't find it, which is really annoying and kind of bums me out. But there are some other things that I found that I decided to go ahead and buy. Here is my Walmart bag. I bought two items at Walmart. They had actually a really good variety of things this time, because right now Walmart hasn't really been having a really good variety, at least when it comes to physical media. But there are some things that I found that I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy that. I've been meaning to buy those things for quite some time, and I finally did it. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you what I bought at Half Price Books. They didn't really have a lot of stuff that caught my eye at Half Price Books, but I found 40-year-old Virgin for $6 at Half Price Books, and the disc is in really good quality, and I decided to why not buy it. Yes, I know there is a 4K restoration of 40-year-old Virgin available right now, and yes, I know there is a 4K restoration of 40-year-old Virgin that is out right now, but when it comes to buying comedies, I don't really care to buy comedies in 4K. I don't need to watch a movie, at least I don't need to watch a comedy like this in high definition to appreciate the humor. That's how I feel personally. Like, I know there's the American Pie films right now that are getting a 4K transfer, at least American Pie 1 and 2. But I'd rather just buy the whole American Pie box set on Blu-ray for like $20. That's something I definitely am going to buy pretty soon. Haven't bought it yet. I don't know why. I really do need to add more comedies to my film collection. And yeah, 40-year-old Virgin is one of them. I've been meaning to find other movies like Step Brothers, Superbad, the American Pie films. You know, good 2000s raunchy comedies that Hollywood just doesn't make anymore. And 40-year-old Virgin is just one of those great... I mean, this movie's what, 21 years old? And it's definitely a comedy classic. This movie made Steve Carell an A-lister. This and, of course, The Office at the same time. I was 10 years old when this movie came out. I'm now 31, and in what, like, dude, basically in 9 years, which seems like a long time, but I know the older I get, the more time goes by fast. I'm gonna be 40 years old. Now, I'm not a virgin, so that I'm just gonna say that, believe it or not. But damn, dude, I was 10 when this movie came out, and I'm 31, and pretty soon I'm gonna be 40. That's crazy. But yeah, 40-year-old Virgin, great classic comedy. Decided to buy it at $5.99 for a good price, and I'm definitely gonna start buying more comedies to add to my collection, because all the movies I have are dark and depressing, and I need more movies to make me laugh. I love watching Taxi Driver. I love There Will Be Blood, but sometimes I need to watch something that makes me laugh and not makes me feel all cynical. Now here is the next movie. Or here is actually a collection of 6 movies that I bought for the price of $24.99. And this is something that I've actually been meaning to buy for quite some time now. And that is the Alien 6-film collection on Blu-ray. It was for $24.99, and for $24.99 you are basically getting 6 films. You're getting the very first classic Alien from Ridley Scott. You are getting Aliens from James Cameron, and you are also getting Alien 3, that is directed by David Fincher, the first major film he made. That, there's a whole big story about that film. I've actually never seen Alien 3, because on TV they showed the first like 5 minutes of the film, and if you know how Alien 3 starts, it's a huge downer. It basically ruins the film Aliens, and that's why I've never actually seen Alien 3. And I've always seen bits and pieces of Alien Resurrection, but I've never seen it entirely. And honestly, I kind of want to get back into watching the Alien films again. I actually already own Alien 1 and Aliens on 4K. I mostly bought this just because I don't own the other movies. I don't own Prometheus, I don't own Alien Covenant, I don't have Alien 3, and I don't have Alien 4. And I've been meaning to watch those movies, and I've been meaning to buy this Blu-ray set for that particular reason. I love science fiction films. the Alien franchise is an iconic film franchise, mostly because of Alien 1 and 2. But I kind of want to give Alien 3 and Alien 4 a shot. And also, one thing I gotta add is that they have, this also comes with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I love Prometheus. I think that's a great sci-fi movie. It adds a lot of lore to the alien mythology. Some of it is kind of stupid, but I don't mind it. I really like Prometheus. Michael Fassbender as the android in those films are great. And I also really like Alien Covenant. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I actually really enjoyed Alien Covenant when I saw it in the movie theater. I like those movies. I prefer what Ridley Scott was doing with the Alien franchise as opposed to what Disney is doing with the Alien franchise right now, which is basically they take a iconic film franchise like Star Wars, or in this case Alien, and instead of doing something new or fresh with the franchise, they're just basically making the same shit. And I'm basically referring to Alien Romulus. That's a pretty decent movie. I haven't seen it ever since it came out of the movie theater, but my main issue with that movie is that it's just copying what Alien 1 and Aliens did. It's not doing anything new with the franchise. It's just, oh, here's basically a remake of Alien, but with teenagers, and we're just gonna do all the same shit. One thing I can at least say about Prometheus and Alien Covenant is that they were trying to do something different with the franchise. Where Alien Romulus is just trying to play it safe and basically just be a straight up ripoff of Alien 1 and Alien 2. They did the exact same thing with Star Wars. But I'm glad I bought this. So that's what I bought. I'm really happy about that. And here is the last thing I bought at Walmart. Now, I was a little bit hesitant to buy this. This is another film franchise that was really big in the 80s. And they actually made a fourth film that came out back in 2007. And that is Rambo. This is the Rambo franchise. Of course, starring Sylvester Stallone. Why did I buy this? I bought this because I love action movies, and the Rambo franchise has some of the best action movies of all time. Rambo First Blood is a really great thriller with Sylvester Stallone. Really good. I wouldn't call it like a fun action movie. It's more like an action thriller. And one thing I like about the first Rambo film is how it's really dealing with Rambo's PTSD and his mental psychology and how that's affecting him in a country that feels like doesn't want him anymore. Now, Rambo 2 is a fucking fun, badass 80s action film. It's a fun action powerhouse fantasy. It's a fun 80s action film. I love Rambo 2 quite a lot. I haven't seen Rambo 2 in years, but when me and my brother did own the DVDs, we did watch, at least I watched Rambo 2 quite a lot. I love Rambo 2. Rambo 3 doesn't get talked about quite a lot. In fact, I haven't really seen Rambo 3 in quite some time. But that is just another Rambo action film. In fact, if I remember, is Rambo 3 rated R? Okay, it is rated R. I was actually starting to think Rambo 3 might be PG-13 because my biggest problem with Rambo 3 is that Rambo is a little bit soft in that movie. But I haven't seen it in quite a long time. I can't wait to watch Rambo 3 again. And of course, you got Rambo, which is technically Rambo 4. I love Rambo 4. My cousin got me into the Rambo films, actually. And he took me and my brother to go see Rambo back in 2007. I was 12 years old at the time, and I was just blown away. Rambo, or Rambo 4, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that movie is crazy. It is hardcore, violent. I could say Rambo 4 is actually an exploitation film made for the modern day. Something happened in the 2000s, specifically the late 2000s, where Hollywood was letting filmmakers make hard R, ultra-violent action films that went crazy on blood, went crazy on gore. That's what Rambo 4 is. Rambo 4 is actually I'm surprised it's not really all that controversial. The movie came out around January, and there wasn't really a lot of hype for it. It's kind of weird. Rambo 4, when the movie came out, there wasn't really a lot of hype for it. The movie came out like in January or something, which was kind of weird, but Rambo 4 is such a really good, underrated action thriller, action film. It actually crosses some lines. It's a little too hardcore. Some of the violence might be disturbing and might be actually hard to watch. Rambo 4 is an example of something that probably won't be made by Hollywood today. I don't even think Stallone would make a movie like that today because he went ahead and made, he didn't direct it. I know Sylvester Stallone, he directed the Rambo 4. He did not direct Rambo Last Blood, and that's actually the only Rambo film in this franchise that I have not seen. And honestly, I don't really care for Rambo Last Blood. I didn't really hear that many things about it. My cousin even saw it. My cousin who got me into the Rambo franchise, who loves the Rambo films, he went and saw the 5th one, and he even didn't like it. So I really have nothing to say about Rambo Last Blood, other than it's probably a movie that shouldn't have been made. I really love how the franchise ends with the 4th Rambo film. But I wanted to buy this, and I love action movies, especially action movies of like the 80s, and you know, the first 3 movies are definitely it's a great example of the types of movies that were made in that era. And of course, it had Sylvester Stallone in his prime during this time. And also, Rambo 4 is personally just one of my favorite movies of all time. It's crazy. And you got Rambo 5 Last Blood. I've never seen Rambo 5 Last Blood. I'm probably going to watch it, and or not, I don't know. But I have it here, so whatever. And I was a little bit hesitant to buy this because I do know there is going to be there is currently a 4K transfer of these movies. I don't know how the 4K transfer is. There's also like an Amazon 4K exclusive of the Rambo films, but that thing is always being sold out. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy the Blu-rays. I'm happy with the Blu-rays. Do I want the 4Ks? Yes, but I don't need them. I'm just happy with the Blu-ray collection right now. Maybe a month or 2 from now, the Rambo 4K collection will be available. But I don't really care. Like, I like these movies, but I don't like them enough to buy the 4K. And also, I think the Blu-rays are probably going to be just fine. I'm happy with Blu-ray. I'm happy with Blu-ray right now. And when it comes to the movies I've been buying a lot of movies lately, and it's mostly because I like Blu-ray quality, and Blu-rays are also really affordable. Like, I bought this for $20. I bought basically 5 movies for that price, and same with the Alien franchise. I bought 6 movies for a total of $24, and that's a pretty good deal. So I'm kind of actually happy with these. This is basically all I gotta say. I'm really actually having a really good time buying physical media. Again, I haven't really bought movies in quite some time. And this year, I've bought in more movies than I probably have in quite a long time. I probably shouldn't be doing that. I'm actually going to probably start taking a break from buying physical media, at least for a month, because, you know, I got to be smart with my money. And also, I've bought in so much stuff on physical media that I think I'm actually going to start canceling my subscriptions. Like, I have so many movies. There's no reason for me to be... Like, I haven't used HBO Max in months. I only use Hulu right now because I need to finish shows like Smallville or Star Wars: The Clone Wars. But other than that, I don't use streaming at all. I've just been watching... The only thing that I'm watching on TV are the movies that I own. And if I'm going to use a streaming service, I'm just going to use Tubi. And in conclusion, that's all I got to say in this video. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. More videos will be coming out very, very soon, of course. And have a good day. Bye.